For the next functions that we will be deriving is the hyperbolic functions. But before we continue with the derivatives, let's discuss first your hyperbolic trigonometric functions. Okay, remember that your hyperbolic sine of x is equivalent to e raised to x minus e raised to negative x all over 2, while your hyperbolic cosine of x is e raised to x plus e raised to negative x all over 2. Your hyperbolic tangent of x is the same as the definition of your regular tangent, which is sine over cosine. This time, your hyperbolic tangent of x is hyperbolic sine of x all over hyperbolic sine of cosine. So we just substitute the values of both hyperbolic functions, and it will be simplified to e raised to x minus e raised to negative x all over e raised to x plus e raised to negative x. And also take note of the following properties of hyperbolic functions. Your hyperbolic cosine of 0 is equal to 1, while your hyperbolic sine of 0 is equal to 0. And also your hyperbolic cosine of negative x is the same as your hyperbolic cosine of x, and your hyperbolic sine of negative x is simply negative sine, hyperbolic sine of x. Take note of the hyperbolic identity as well. This is your hyperbolic cosine of theta squared minus your hyperbolic sine of theta squared is equal to 1. Given all this information, we will solve for the derivative of your hyperbolic functions. Get the derivative of hyperbolic cosine of x is equal to the hyperbolic sine of x. Your derivative of your hyperbolic sine of x is simply your hyperbolic cosine of x, while your derivative of your hyperbolic tangent of x can be the derivative of your hyperbolic sine of x all over hyperbolic cosine of x, which when we substitute the values, this will be um, simplified as 1 over the hyperbolic cosine of x squared. We now apply this to our examples. We now get the derivative of the following functions. First one is y is equal to hyperbolic sine of x plus 2 times the hyperbolic cosine of x minus the hyperbolic secant of x. Take note that your derivative of your hyperbolic secant of x is equal to the negative of hyperbolic secant of x times hyperbolic tangent of x. We now get the derivative. So we get the derivative for each term since they are added and subtracted. We get the derivative of your hyperbolic sine, which is just simply hyperbolic cosine of x. Plus, we put 2 outside and then derive the hyperbolic cosine, which is hyperbolic sine of x. Minus the derivative of your hyperbolic secant is negative. Take note, it's the minus the negative of your hyperbolic secant times the hyperbolic tangent. Okay? Simplifying this, your derivative, so simply the hyperbolic cosine of x plus 2 times the hyperbolic sine of x plus the hyperbolic secant of x hyperbolic tangent of x. For the next example, the function is y is equal to the tangent of x plus x squared times the hyperbolic cosecant of x. So to solve for the derivative, we will be deriving it per term since they're added. So the derivative of your tangent, if you remember your derivative of your trigonometric functions, your derivative of your tangent is just simply secant squared, secant x squared, or secant squared x. Now, for the second term, you will use the product rule. So u dv plus v du, or v du plus u dv. plus hyperbolic cosecant of x times the derivative of x squared. So we apply the derivative of our hyperbolic cosecant of x is a simply negative hyperbolic cosecant of x times the hyperbolic cotangent of x plus x squared becomes 2x then multiplied by the hyperbolic cosecant of x. Simplifying, you'll get your derivative as your secant squared x plus, you can put minus because of the negative, minus x squared hyperbolic cosecant of x hyperbolic cotangent of x plus 2x hyperbolic cosecant of x. This is now your derivative. For our next example, you have the function y is equal to 4 minus hyperbolic cosine of x all over 2 plus the hyperbolic cosine of x. So we'll use the quotient rule wherein u is your numerator, 4 minus hyperbolic cosine of x, and then v is your denominator, 2 plus hyperbolic cosine of x. So we just use the formula dy over dx. It will become v du 2 plus hyperbolic cosine of x times the derivative of 4 minus hyperbolic cosine of x minus 4 minus the hyperbolic cosine of x times the derivative of 2 plus the hyperbolic cosine of x all over 2 plus the hyperbolic cosine of x quantity squared. So we just combine, perform the derivative of the functions that needs to be derived. So we have 2 plus the hyperbolic cosine of x times the derivative of the constant is just 0 minus, so it will be minus the derivative of hyperbolic cosine is sine, hyperbolic sine of x minus, you just copy the whole thing, 4 minus hyperbolic cosine of x times the derivative of 2 is constant 0, then cosine, hyperbolic cosine is sine, hyperbolic sine. And you divide 2 plus hyperbolic of cosine of x squared. Okay? So we just simplify, or we can take hyperbolic sine outside the numerator or factor out negative hyperbolic sine of x. So this will be left with 2 plus hyperbolic cosine of x plus 4 minus the hyperbolic cosine of x. Okay? So as you can see, we can add 2 and 4. So it becomes 6 cosine, hyperbolic cosine of x minus hyperbolic cosine of x. So that cancels out. So this will become your derivative becomes, this is your numerator by the way. We forgot to write the denominator. So your derivative now will be 2 plus 4 is 6. So it becomes negative 6. The hyperbolic sine of x all over 2 plus the hyperbolic cosine of x quantity squared. This is now your final answer. Another example, we are asked to derive the function y is equal to the hyperbolic cosine of 5t squared minus the hyperbolic sine of 5t squared. We can derive it per term. Okay, but remember, we can recall that this is a hyperbolic identity wherein your hyperbolic cosine of theta squared minus the hyperbolic sine of theta squared is equal to 1. So y will just be equal to 1. When you derive, it's only equal to 0. So your final answer. This is now your derivative of y with respect to t. dy over dt is equal to 0.